you have to be willing to walk away from bad service. I'm running a thriving gig economy. Would you like to learn too? You can see I'm slowly getting my new office in shape. You can see the new paint job. It really looks very nice. Hopefully once I get everything unpacked, I'll give you a nice little tour of it. But I wanted to talk about something that happened this week with my car insurance, because it was an example, number one, of bad service, and number two, it's an example of why, especially when it's a commodity, you should be willing to walk away. Last Friday, I went to get a new car, and my insurance agent gave me a quote from the insurance company that I use, Progressive. And it had an annual amount, and then underneath it said, or you can choose monthly payments. And of course, the monthly payments were more. It was about $140 more to do the monthly payment because they build in, service charges and things like that. And I said, okay, that quote's fine. I'll go with it. And I always pay annually because it's cheaper. So my insurance agency sent me the document. I signed it. And the next day I noticed Progressive had automatically enrolled me in the monthly payment and took the first month out. And I called my insurance agent and I said I didn't want the monthly, and the quote was for the annual, and it said, or if you want the monthly. So the default was the annual, not the monthly. She called Progressive. She called me back a little bit later and said, well, they said it's too late. That annual quote disappeared as soon as you were enrolled in the monthly. And if you wanted to pay the full amount now, you could, but you got to pay the higher amount as if you were paying monthly for the year. It was $140 more. And I was annoyed. Not necessarily because of the $140. Although $140 is $140, and as a freelancer, we're trying to save money. But also, I thought, what kind of service is that from Progressive? That's ridiculous. They shouldn't automatically put you in the monthly, and they certainly, if they're going to do that, they should make it clear in the quote that they're going to put you in the monthly payments. But here's the thing. Car insurance is a commodity now. Unless you really like one particular company, or you've had a bad experience with a certain company or anything like that, it's insurance. It's basically the same thing, really. Unless you've had a really bad experience. Did I argue? No, not really. I just said to my insurance agent, I said, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to call them back, and you're going to tell them that I'm planning on canceling my policy as soon as I find a new policy. That if they're not going to honor the annual quote, I'll just go somewhere else. It's no big deal. And she said, okay. And I was out on an errand. I got home within an hour and went online, got some quotes. Now, the one guy called me, and it was less than the monthly payment I would have been paying to Progressive. It was not as low as what the annual quote was from Progressive. But I said to the guy, I said, you know what, I'll go with you unless Progressive honors this, because quite frankly, you're being upfront with me. I'm willing to pay a little bit more for somebody who's going to be upfront rather than what Progressive did. So I messaged my insurance agent and I said, all right, I've got a quote from this other company. I'm going to push the button on their agreement. Call Progressive and tell them that tomorrow I'm going to do that, and that I want to cancel the Progressive policy as of the end of tomorrow. And I want a portion of that monthly payment back because I'm only got it for a week. Didn't hear back from her right away. Next morning, I get a message from my insurance agent. Oh, Progressive has decided it will honor the lower annual payment quote, no problem. And what we'll do is we're going to deduct the monthly that we've already taken out. And so it's going to be the annual quote minus the monthly that we've already taken out. No problem at all. Just stay with us. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But here's the lesson. One is I was willing to walk away. Didn't argue, didn't get frustrated or anything like that. I just said, okay, I'll just go somewhere else. You know, and I learned this a long time ago with pizza and things like that. You know, it's not worth arguing. Just walk away, go find someone else. You know, unless it's a real big bit of money that they already have from you, and then you have to argue to get the money back. But otherwise, it's not worth it. You know, as freelancers, we got other things to do with our time. We're busy people. We just don't want to spend a lot of time chasing down stuff like this. Walk away. And sometimes they'll come back to you, sometimes they won't. If you're willing to walk away, though, you should be able to get a better deal, or at least slightly better deal. I don't know. Have you been in these situations? How have you handled them? Let me know. And if you think I should have handled it differently, I'm willing to hear that too. Go ahead and put the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it. Till next week, please like and share this video and subscribe. YouTube's really looking for subscribers. And